All right, despite the fact that we're having some technological difficulties with the camera, Caden Gray and I are still going to announce the game for your enjoyment.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a good game so far. I know you guys haven't been able to watch it, but we've seen a good game. Um, a slow start, not a lot of offensive production at the beginning, but we got some rebounding going. Rory McKnight hit a few threes at the end of the first quarter, and from that, we've looked pretty solid. And we're currently enjoying a 23-4 lead over Blue River. So, yeah.
The Lady Raiders currently lead the Lady Vikings 23-4, and it is period 2 with 6.5 minutes left on the clock.
Shenandoah's leading scorer right now is number 30, Gabby Patrick, with 11 points of R23. A missed bucket by the freshman, Reed Hellman, but she gets a rebound, puts it back up for 2 points on the baseline. Blue River dribbling between the circles. And throws it away and turns it over.
Gabby Patrick with the steal. Liliana Lunch passes it to Reed Hellman. Kimberly Farmer makes the 2.
Yeah, nice baseline jumper there. Good ball movement off the steal. Didn't try to push things. Didn't try to do too much, and they got a good bucket. Blue River throws the ball away towards their bench, so it's now Shenandoah basketball. Freshman Sloan Coffee checks into the basketball game here.
And Reed Hellman travels, sadly. Blue River ball.
Blue River attempted to inbound the ball. They can't get it in. They finally do. And they break Shenandoah's token press here.
Grace Sloan some pressure, and that is Sloan Coffee with the steal.
Misses a layup. Offensive board. Pass it out to Rory McKnight for a missed three-pointer.
Good pressure from Rory McKnight. Gabby Patrick forces a steal, but there is a foul.
It will be Shenandoah basketball, the foul on number 22 on the Blue River Vikings.
Sloan Coffee has the ball. Pass to Rory McKnight, pass to Reed Hellman. And an air ball, sadly.
Blue River on the fast break. A nice move, but they smoked the layup. And now it is Shenandoah basketball.
Gabby Patrick with the rebound.
Foul on number 4, Rory McKnight. That will be her first foul of the game. It's currently Shenandoah 27, Blue River 4, with around 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Blue River shoving down the court. And that will be a foul. What was that? Is that a kick?
I believe that was a kickball, yes. Blue River inbounds beneath their basket. Pass to the corner off a screen. She passed it back inside and is blocked by Chloe Goebel out of bounds, and the ball will remain with the Vikings.
It's a steal from Chloe Goebel, who will be fouled. Goebel passes it to Coffee. And there's a steal by a Blue River Lady Viking.
A foul on Sloan Coffee on the fast break. And the Vikings will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Free throw rattles around the rim and drops in. Second free throw misses, and after a scramble for the basketball, Casey Hill comes away with it. And a pass to
wants the
Chloe
ball,
Goebel.
pass to Haley Hughes. And that is a travel on Rory McKnight.
Blue River inbounds ball. Got around half court. A great trap by Sloan Coffee and Casey Hill, and the ball deflects out of bounds.
I'll tell you, we've had some pretty good defense tonight. I mean, we've got them to 5 points so far, and there's another steal by Rory McKnight.
Kick out to Coffee for the 3. She misses it off the backboard. A held ball. Possession falls with the Lady Vikings. Vikings with the ball and a foul call. Let's see who this one's on. That'll be Chloe Goebel, her first personal foul. A near steal by Rory McKnight. She deflects the ball out of bounds towards the scorer's table.
Kind of startled scorekeepers out over there. There's a steal by Casey Hill. Looking for a pass. Sloan Coffee. And that's a 3 that goes in the basket and out. Blue River rebound.
A held ball between Casey Hill and one of the Blue River players, and possession lies with the Shenandoah Raiders, so it'll be Raider ball here.
Number 22 for the Blue River Vikings subs in.
A missed three, but a rebound by Chloe Goebel. She puts it up. She misses the layup, and the ball will be rebounded by Blue River as they go the other way. Casey Hill with great pressure. And a trap between Casey and Grace, and a steal, and the ball will go out of bounds towards the Raiders.
Goebel with a two-pointer that goes in the basket and out again. Some miscommunication from the Vikings. Scrambling for some space.
Junior Sydney Crisp with the ball as she gets the ball up the court. A foul by Casey Hill as she attempts to pressure the ball and go for a steal. That will be her first foul of the night.
There will be a foot foul on the Lady Vikings.
Claire Walker in the bounce the ball to Rory. She'll bring it up the court.
Rory McKnight passes it to Casey Hill. Back to Clara Walker. Back to Rory McKnight.
Ball goes around the horn and into the post. Chloe Goebel with the ball. Kick back out to Rory. And the ball is deflected out of bounds by number 33, Ava Lovelace of the Blue River Vikings. Possession will stay with the Raiders. Our score currently is 27-5 with around 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Raiders have enjoyed a lead for the majority of this game and have played exceptional defense at this point.
I think Raiders need to watch out for Grace Lee, who currently leads the team in points per game, field goal percentage, assists per game, steals per game, and blocks per game, as well as three-point field goal percentage. I think she will be very productive in the years to come since she's always a sophomore.
A missed three by the freshman Daisy Souther, and Shenandoah will take the ball back up the court. Roy McKnight drives, a pass inside to Casey Hill. She misses the contested layup and commits a foul beneath the basket. So we'll head to the other side of the court and watch the Blue River Vikings shoot for 2 free throws.
This will be Casey Hill's second foul. And that's a miss by number 30 of the Lady Vikings, Holly Polston. And there's another miss by Holly Polston. The ball is tipped out of bounds by Casey Hill, and is Blue River's ball. The Blue River will do the exact same thing, and it's Raider ball. Rory McKnight has the ball. She's driving down the court, looking for a pass. That's Chloe Goebel. There's Casey Hill. Being trapped out. Oh, she finds Grace Lee. It's Chloe Goebel. Grace Lee. That's a miss by Chloe Goebel.
A turnover beneath the basket, stolen by Chloe Goebel. She gets the ball to Clara Walker. She clears it to Rory McKnight. Takes the ball up the floor. Dribbling between the circles, pass to Grace Lee. Pass inside to Casey Hill is deflected out of bounds by number 45 on the Blue River Vikings, Taylor Shelton.
Chloe Goble looks for a pass, and she finds Rory McKnight, who misses a layup. But the ball is recovered by Chloe Goble, finds Grace Lee, finds Clara Walker, who misses a pass to Rory McKnight. And ball is out of bounds, so it is Blue River ball.
19 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Blue River inbounds the ball. Into number 33, Ava Lovelace. Rory McKnight steals it. She takes it to the bucket. Pass to Chloe Goble. Ball deflected away. 7 seconds to go now. Clara Walker inside to Casey Hill. To Rory McKnight. Back to Chloe Goble. Misses the deep two. And that will take us to the halftime. Shenandoah Raiders 29, Blue River Vikings 5. I have to say, wow, we've seen a pretty good game from these girls, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of defensive efforts from many of the Lady Raiders here. I mean, we've held them to 5 points, so that says something.
Mm-hmm.
I think us being 1-2 at home is not very well representative of our team, and I think they have something to prove tonight.
They played a lot better than their record has shown. They've had some tough opponents. This Raider, not only this team, but also this program, they have a rich history of just being one of the premier programs in the 2A division in the state. And this coach, I believe she's a third-year coach.
Yes. This is the third year.
Haley Wilson, she's done a great job of getting her players to buy into the program and buy into what she's selling, and just to lead this program to success thus far. And the success is only looking to continue, as there's not only a great senior class here, but also some talented juniors, a great sophomore class, and a freshman class that has shown some flashes of potential this season.
Oh yeah, very athletic overall. And I think people don't talk enough about coaching. I think Coach Wilson for the girls and Coach Ellsworth for the boys, both fantastic coaches, and they expect great things from other players, and those results are shown on the court. Now, going back to the girls' schedule, the first game of the season was a loss to Alexandria Monroe, 41-69. Now, Monroe is currently 6-0 in the year, so that's very difficult to deal with, obviously. And then their last loss was last week against Connorsville, who is 3-1 in the year. But they have played some very tough opponents themselves. But yeah, I agree with you, the fact that the record doesn't represent how we've played. I think we're definitely more talented than people think. And tonight's game has showed it, going into half, being up well over 20 points.
Some of our tough tests has been here early in the year. We've hosted a great Alexandria team, a really solid 2A team that they're going to compete this year. And we also hosted a great Connorsville team who, without one of their best players, they still played pretty well and competed pretty well. And it's just been overall two tough tests thus far, but we'll see where this team continues to go. It's not been, I'd say it's been a successful season to this point, but obviously pretty early in the year they look to build on their success. They look to continue. And
definitely look to breach over 500 for sure. And I think they will this year. Such a talented roster. Athletic roster too.
I believe last year they were right around 500. And this year's team, they did lose some key players from last season, but overall the core pretty much stayed the same. And this squad they're looking to do something special this year.
Yeah. And I think the staples.
The camera's not working. It's not.
The staples of Gabby Patrick, Grace Lee, and Haley Hughes definitely makes an impact on the roster itself. There's about 8 minutes left to the third period, so Caden Gray and I will take a break for right now and get some refreshments. We're
Welcome
going
back.
into period 3 here, where the Lady Raiders lead the Lady Vikings 27-5. And 33 on the Lady Raiders goes out of bounds with the ball. What do you think was going through the Vikings locker room during halftime?
There had to be a sense of urgency, I guess. I mean, they're coming off a big win against the Hagerstown Tigers, and I mean, we have played pretty tough. We have as Raiders, but it's just you would think that Blue River try to pick things up, try to make this a game in the second half.
Oh,
But-
yeah, definitely.
A travel called on Kim Farmer, and the Blue River Vikings are going the other way.
The Vikings have the ball. They're looking to score here because they desperately need it. A pass to number 22, almost stolen by Gabby Patrick.
And the ball will go to the Shenandoah Raiders.
Kimberly Farmer has the ball and is passed to Liliana Lynch and is passed to Reed Hellman.
She tries for the reverse, and it bangs off the bottom of the rim. And it will go back to the Vikings. The board by Kim Farmer. She's going the other way. Looks up. Passes to Liliana Lynch. Stolen by Gabby Patrick. She's going the other way. A wide open layup. Knocks it in.
Makes the layup.
2 points for the Raiders to extend this lead as Kim Farmer picks up a foul. The sophomore Chloe Goebel comes in for Reed Hellman, the freshman.
Kim Farmer is playing great defense out here. And that's Liliana Lynch. There's a forced out of bounds by number 22 on the Lady Vikings. Farmer passes it to Chloe Goebel, to Gabby Patrick, to Liliana Lynch, back to Kim Farmer for the three, and it is a rim shot. Gabby Patrick with the rebound to Kim Farmer, to Liliana Lynch, who makes a deep two and banks it.
Bangs it right in from the elbow. And Wyatt, you'd think this lineup that they have in is a testament to the experience of this team. We're sitting a few seniors, but also we do have in 3 seniors and we have in a junior.
Yeah, for sure. I think having, a lineup that's less experimental and an experience that you can resort to is great to have on the team. Except that some of the younger players like Reed Hellman and Grace Lee, who bring upside, but sometimes you just gotta let your seniors play.
You would think that they have in this squad of mainly upperclassmen in order to close out this game and make sure that it doesn't become closer than it has to be, and that we can just close out these Vikings and then move on to our game tomorrow. Which, by the way, there is a game tomorrow. A little advertisement for that one. Versus Cambridge City Lincoln. That game, the JV will tip off at 6, and the varsity will tip off around 7:30.
And Chloe Goebel will tip the ball out of bounds. It's Viking ball. Contested pass. It's broken up. And there's a foul on, I believe, Yavi Patrick, but it may be Kim Farmer. Oh, I'm wrong. It was on Chloe Goebel. I don't know. There was a herd of Lady Raiders there, so.
Speaking of the upcoming game versus Cambridge City, WNC, they're 1-1 as they picked up a win on Tuesday, but they lost their opening contest to the Anderson Prep Jets, and they took down Muncie Burris on Tuesday by 12 points.
Number 20 of the team was trying to audible play, but it is stolen by Kim Farmer, who passes it to Gabby Patrick, who gets fouled. She will shoot for 2. And she sinks the first one in.
A gaggle of Raiders here checking in, looking for a full lineup substitution, but we are at the free throw line.
Sloan Coffey, Reed Hellman, and Kaylin Lynch sub in.
Along with Roy McKnight coming in. Casey Hill waits to check in, awaiting the result of this free throw.
And she sinks the other one.
She knocks it down.
Gabby Patrick, while Max Preps doesn't note her shooting ability, she does. Let me look at Max Preps real quick to find out how many points per game this. Gabby Patrick averages 9.5 points a game, which is second on the team. And she leads the team with 9 rebounds a game.
We haven't seen much of a dose of Grace Lee today. What do you think that says for the Raiders? She didn't have a great first quarter, but we haven't seen much of her. Would you think just resting her for the match tomorrow, or what do you think that would be?
Yeah, I think so. When you have such a lead, as this one is 35-7, I think you want to rest some of your best players. I mean, you see it all the time in professional sports. If you have a matchup you think you can, you have enough lead to just put in some guys who need the reps, but you want to rest the guys that get a lot of reps for the next show up. That's what you do.
We're seeing this here. A pair of freshmen in as Casey auditions to one of the freshmen, Sloan Coffey, who shoots the ball, hits the rim, and bounces over the backboard. The ball will go to the Vikings.
Number 45 will make a contested layup and be fouled.
Taylor Shelton, the junior, a nice bounce pass into her, and she finishes the layup with a foul on Kaylin Lynch, so she'll head to the line.
And she sinks the extra point. Sloan Coffey with the ball. Passes to Rory McKnight, passes back to Coffey. Pass to Hill, to Reed Hellman. Ooh, a dangerous pass to McKnight. And that is a travel. It'll be Blue River ball. Kaylin Lynch with the steal, a block at the layup. Rebest to Roy McKnight. Roy McKnight misses the three-pointer.
A held ball. Possession falls in favor of the Lady Raiders. And they will take it out along the baseline. Casey Hill to inbound. Stand up in a little bit of a bunched formation. And they get it in. Coffee passes to the corner to Rory McKnight. A pass inside. Kaylin Lynch with a 2. Great ball movement, great pass. Coach has got to be pleased with that.
You know, I will say one thing about the Vikings. I really like their shoes.
Yes, they do have clean basketball shoes. A tough shot from Sloan Coffee on the... A miss there, and another miss from Rory McKnight. Lady Viking basketball.
I think during practice next week, you're going to see a lot of three-point shots being worked on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one area that the Raiders have struggled with this game. And deep twos.
Yeah, and it hasn't necessarily come back to bite them, but the three-point efficiency on the game has not been on par necessarily with the rest of the season. But still, you see, we played great in many aspects of this game, and you love to see the community coming out to support the team, and you have to be pleased with what you see.
Yeah.
A bit of a freshman to freshman connection. Sloan Coffee passed to Reed Hellman, but she could not finish the baseline J.
There's a steal by Sloan Coffee. Scrambles for the ball. A pass to Rory McKnight. Pass to Hill. Back to McKnight. Back to Coffee. To Hill. Back to Coffee.
Swinging the ball around to Rory
Back to
McKnight. Inside.
Back to Coffee for the 3. And she banks it.
That time we see the freshman to freshman connection pay off as it goes the other way around this time. Reed Hellman to Sloan Coffee, and Coffee knocks down the deep 3. So that's a sign that you have to like about the Raiders for the years coming.
And that's a foul on Sloan Coffee, I believe. It's her second foul of the game.
Number 20, the senior guard, Ella Schmidt, knocks down the first free throw. She has been the leading scorer on the season. But we've held her pretty well. She's averaging around 9-10 points a game so far. Those are her first 2 points of the night. So you have to be pleased with what you've seen from these Raiders this far, especially on the defensive end. Casey Hill with the rebound, but she throws the ball away.
And a shot that is somehow made. I'm impressed. That's all I can say. Coffee goes on the field, looking to pass. There's Hill. Hill passes to Lynch. Lynch makes a shot, and it almost goes in, but it bounces out of the
You have to be pleased with that look. That's a good look. One of the Raiders they'll let you go back to that post advantage, but just unable to finish that bucket.
Hill looks to pass it, and almost not going to bounce, but Lynch recovers it. And that will be Blue River ball. Is it a hold ball?
Yes, a held ball right there. "12 seconds to play here.
Oh.
A near steal by Sloan Coffee.
And
Casey Hill gets a
oh.
steal. No call for the foul.
Was that Ray Lewis on the field? That was a hard hit on Casey Hill. And that will be into period 3.
That Ray Lewis line, that was pretty good. Here in the fourth quarter.
And here we have our Lady Raider cheerleaders. It's Raider ball. Lynch passes it to Farmer. Farmer passes it to Patrick. Back to Lynch. To Hughes. To Lynch. To Patrick. To Farmer. Who goes in the mid. To Gabby. Patrick. To Farmer. Oh, Lynch with a dangerous pass up to Lee. In between the legs of Farmer. And it is saves, but it will be Blue River ball.
After and over and back there. Great ball movement on that possession, but one bobbled pass and then the errant pass from Grace Lee will send the ball back to the Vikings.
Do you think the Lady Raiders have some of that Hoosier coaching, 4 passes before a shot?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen that in the movie, a classic movie, by the way. And I don't know if that's necessarily a focal point that's taught or if it's necessarily a rule of thumb, but you do see it a lot from these Raiders. Good ball movement, especially against this zone.
Liliana Lynch banks a 2-pointer.
That's what that ball movement gets you. It gets you those good looks, open looks, and you have to like what you've seen. Another held ball. This one, possession goes to the Vikings.
And that will be a tip on, is that Farmer?
I believe. I'm unsure of the ruling. They're going to call it out of bounds on Kim Farmer. Stolen by Grace Lee. She goes on the break.
And a missed layup. It is Viking ball. Patrick and Lee were on the coverage, but she's 33 spins out of it. Some great defense by the Raiders, and that is a foot foul.
Foul on Gabby Patrick.
Oh. Foul on Gabby Patrick. Not a foot foul. I'm mistaken. And that will be a foul on Kimberly Farmer. A tip out of bounds.
Gabby Patrick has had probably one of her best games of the season. She's averaging around 9 points. She has 17 thus far, early in the fourth quarter. That's a good pass to her, but a really good defensive play from Blue River. And then we'll see a foul away from the basket. The ball's going back towards the Blue River Lady Vikings.
I mean, I think the most dynamic impact that Patrick's had on the game is her rebound ability. I mean, she is, and stealing, honestly. I think her defensive efforts this game have, you know, I mean, even how impactful her offensive are, her defensive have made this game.
An offensive foul here on number 25 of the Blue River Vikings, Kendra McQueen, and possession will return to the Raiders. I do agree with you. One thing that we've seen, the one thing we've seen Gabby Patrick do really well is rebound the ball. Just her physicality changes the game.
And that is a shot by Kim Farmer.
And right there again, another great pass from Gabby Patrick. It's just, we've seen her have her fingerprints on the game.
And that's a steal by Gabby Patrick. I mean, it's you see it, textbook guard. That's just what she is, and she plays the game great.
It sounds like we're reiterating the same point, but, I mean, she's had one of the best individual performances we've seen in this early season from any of the Raiders. As a foul is called on the freshman, McKinley Bell. And it'll be Raider basketball.
Something happened there. Everyone was on the ground. The ball was somewhere. I don't really know what happened. But
I believe they
Vikings
called a
have-
held ball there, yes. And possession to the Vikings. A very good take by number 20, Ella Schmidt. I thought Hughes might have got it with the body, but no call. Gabby Patrick a pass tipped. But Haley Hughes comes up with it, and she is fouled by Sydney Crisp.
The center, 5'10" center, Haley Hughes, will go up for the foul points. A great senior presence to have on the team.
From what I know with the players, her leadership has been very impactful early in this season, and they'll have to continue to lean on her as one of the main players for the squad.
She makes her second point. Clara Walker with some man-on-man defense there. And I believe Haley Hughes will recover the ball.
They'll call a jump ball. Another great defensive possession from the Raiders, and we've seen multiple of those possessions, not just today, but all season. But today has to be one of the best defensive performances from the Raiders.
And the ball will be tipped out of bounds by Grace Lee.
She mishandles the pass. Basketball possession will return to the Blue River Vikings. 5 minutes to go here in the game. 31-point Shenandoah Raider lead. Ella Schmidt with the ball. Drives right side.
And she will shoot the ball behind the basket.
A body foul there called on Haley Hughes. Her second foul of the night. A missed free throw by Schmidt here. Again, as we mentioned before, she is the leading scorer of this Blue River Valley team. And she's been limited to just 5 points by some stifling defense that we've seen from the Raiders. As she knocks in the second free throw.
Farmer is looking for someone, and she passes it to Goebel. Goebel passes it to Walker. And it is stolen by number 45 of the Vikings, which is
Taylor Shelton. There it is. The junior Sydney Crisp with the bucket. A big bucket to cut the lead down to 28. And a timeout called here by Haley Wilson. Probably wants to talk some things over, get the game sorted out, and finish up and cruise to a victory here, I would assume.
And I would say to allow the cheerleaders to shine. We love having some support. Now, does the JV cheerleaders play for the girls and the varsity for the boys?
No, from what I understand, it is a mixture. They're in two different squads for the girls' basketball games. So it's a mixture between JV and varsity, I believe.
Okay.
From what I see on the court, and there are two different squads that alternate games or do something of the sorts, and then for the boys' games, we see our JV cheerleaders cheer for the JV, and our varsity cheerleaders cheer for the varsity.
Kimberly Farmer has the ball. A pass to Goebel. Back to Farmer. To Goebel. To Hughes. To Farmer. And that is a reverse layup that is not made. Blue River ball.
A tie-up called here And possession will, I believe, yes, possession will remain with the Lady Vikings.
Good defense by Clara Walker. A tip ball and is stolen by Chloe Goebel. It's tipped out of bounds by 22.
Sydney Crisp, and the ball will go to the Shenandoah Raiders. Freshman Reed Hellman and senior Liliana Lynch check in.
Kimberly Farmer will go to the bench. Who's subbed in for Reed Hellman?
Okay, yeah. So she plays a huge role in the JV squad, and you can see, like, her impact is felt as she dishes out an assist right there. She does make an impact on varsity when she gets in. Great defense. A pure true athlete, and
I think that just runs in the family, though. Older brother Jarrett Hellman starts varsity for the boys, and he'll be returning from an injury this season.
He tore his ACL last basketball season. He did, but he led the Shenandoah Raiders football team this year to a 6-5 record and a victory in the first round of sectional before ultimately being defeated by Triton Central.
Reed Hellman attempts to scoop the ball and put it back in bounds, but it is out of bounds. Lure ball.
Dribbling between the circles here is Schmidt. Dishes it off to Shelton. Shelton with a drive on Hughes. Dishes back out to Schmidt. Run a little two-man game. And a blocking foul called, I believe, on Haley Hughes. We'll see what the referee signals. Yes, on Haley Hughes. Her third foul of the night. Freshman Sloan Coffey checks into the game for the senior Haley Hughes. And she will get a spattering of applause as she comes off the floor. A great game. Her impact has been great.
A steal by Liliana Lynch.
A steal by Liliana Lynch. Takes it the length of the court and throws the ball away.
From what it seems, 22 is a playmaker. I see her constantly doing stuff for the Vikings.
Yes. She has seemed to make an impact a lot in this game. As that bucket, I believe, was from number 32. Yes, number 32, Keena Sheets.
Walker passes to Hellman. Hellman jumps up and is a miss. Lure ball. A good defensive effort, but there will be a foul.
We'll see what happens on these free throws here. This is a freshman we see at the line. Morgan Mejia, I believe, is her name.
And she will miss her first one. And she will miss her second one. Chloe Goebel will recover the ball, but there will be
a held ball, I believe. A tie-up, a jump ball. Possession to the Raiders. Around a minute and a half to go. 27-point lead. You would think the Raiders would just try and coast this thing to victory.
Mejia will tip the ball out of bounds.
As we're about to close this broadcast, I'd like to give a quick shout-out to our cameraman. We couldn't get the camera running in the first half, but this second half, a great job with the camera work. And it's just been great. A great crew we have here at Shenandoah. Fully student run, by the way.
With the assistance of Coach Freeze.
with the assistance of assistant football coach and track coach, Coach Freeze.
And phys ed teacher.
And phys ed teacher here at the beautiful Shenandoah High School. As Reed Helmet goes to the line off a foul from Kendra McQueen, she looks to knock in a pair of free throws.
Nothing like adding on to a score where you're already leading. She misses her first one.
Junior Kylie Purcell checks into the ball game.
And the second one we missed too.
Out of bounds off of Kylie Purcell. And Reed Helmet checks out. A good performance from the freshman. And here we have a minute 17 to go in a 27-point game.
I believe Addie Burton was subbed in.
Yes, that is accurate. She's a junior, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, and she plays center. She is 5'6".
Chris dribbling around the zone, penetrates inside, and is fouled by Addie Burton. First free throw is just off the mark.
She banks the second one. Purcell has the ball. A pass to Lynch.
54 seconds to go. We'll see how the Raiders play this. Will they? Do they
Pass
choose to just run out the
Coffey.
clock?
Contested pass. That is somehow recovered by Burton. Purcell passes to Lynch. To Walker. To Lynch. Who. Burton gets the rebound. And there will be a foul on Blue River Valley.
A helter-skelter possession that ends in a chip to the free throw line for Addie Burton. First shot comes up short. As does the second shot. And a bit of a one-on-one opportunity as the rest of the defense and the offense, for that matter, catches up. Dish to the freshman. She will miss the 15-footer.
Lynch recovers it, and it is hit out of bounds by the Shenandoah Raiders.
I believe they called that out of bounds off the Lady Vikings.
Oh. You are correct. I saw the reactions of the Vikings fans, and I thought,
maybe the reactions of some of these Raider fans too. They might have thought it was off of Coffey. But a blocking foul, I believe they're going to call there on number 14 of the Blue River Vikings, Kayla McQueen. And Sloan Coffey steps up to the free throw line, shooting 2 shots. Just a bit off on the first.
I think we should take couple minutes to admire the new court at Shenandoah High School. I think I like the it's less polished. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Matte? M-A-T-T-E?
A matte finish, I believe it is called. And it gives the gym a crisp look to it.
Remember, I think, 3 years ago, there was about a pea yellow color to the gym floor. And
yes,
that was
and then we
disgusting.
redid the gym floor a few years ago. And we have now reached the conclusion of this game. Your final, Blue River Valley Lady Vikings 21 and your Shenandoah Raiders 47 points. Thank you to all the fans who showed out. and we'll sing the fight song. And with that, we'll conclude this broadcast.
This has been Wyatt Ginley and Ken Gray, and thanks to our cameraman, Roscoe Redding.
Signing off. Thanks for sticking around with us through the technical issues, and we look to return tomorrow night for a contest against Cambridge City Lincoln, the Eagles. Signing off.